What's up, guys? Guitar CFD here on the DozaCraft SMP server. I am working on blood magic. As usual, because I want teleposers, because I've got bright nodes and hungry nodes and everything that I want to move over here, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time AFK on the server. But what I would like to do is go ahead and get some nodes moved over here so that when we decide to get moving in thaumcraft, how much is in here? Oh, perfect. We can. So, I have up to a tier 3 altar made and up to a tier 6 already planned out, and the runes for up to a tier 4. What I don't have is blood shards, so I'm getting started getting ready for the binding ritual so that I can make a bound sword and go over to my little mob farm over here and get some things. I need to get some weak blood shards, and I'm also doing a couple things here. I also need a block of lapis and a block of obsidian, which I have already. Oops. Obsidian and lapis. Thank you. Having flight from the very beginning in a world is pretty awesome. Put you in there. Hurry up and finish. Doesn't take that long. How are we doing? No, we're fine. There we go. And last one. I did this setup exactly like I did my blood magic setup in my single player world. This guy, the environmental controller from RF Tools. Pretty awesome. It's like having a beacon that can control hunger and all kinds of stuff. As you can see, I'm making ritual stones. I also need to make a ritual diviner. So I'm going to need an emerald, 4 diamonds. 1 emerald and 4 diamonds. Thank you. Give me you. What am I missing? So it's going to go air, water, earth, fire. So, air, water, earth, fire, and 4 diamonds. Awesome. I don't remember if I need more ritual stones than this. I don't think. I'll have to check on the wiki. Oh yeah. I have to charge this. Bloth has set up some power. He used... he's gathering some oil over there, turning it into fuel, which is awesome. I haven't ever used oil for fuel, but I filled up a drum and it's lasting quite a while. I've been online. I mean, you know how grindy the beginning of blood magic is. It's taking a very long time to do things. But it's working out well. We've got some hardened energy cells, and I've got almost another full drum over here ready to go. So I'm going to figure out where I'm going to set my ritual of binding, and we'll get it going from there, guys. I'll see you back in just a little bit. Okay, ritual of binding. Here we go. So we'll set this guy here, and then we're gonna go through this until we find the ritual of binding, and then I believe I can just do this. I have the ritual stones. I may need to do this. I think that's right. Let me remember where these are supposed to go real quick. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And you can just hold down the button until it's done, and we now have a ritual of binding. We're not done though. Let's see what I need. We need a weak activation crystal. That's it. Which takes a lava crystal, which is 3 buckets of lava, 2 glass, a diamond, and our orb. I grabbed way too much cobblestone. Let me drop it off. And let me put this up for the moment. I'm going to need 3 buckets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is why I do this right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you, and you. 2 obsidian and 2 glass. I believe I have... No, I don't. Okay, well, put you there. You there. Grab a diamond. Why didn't that work? Because I'm scrolling the wrong way. Okay. Now I just need 2 glass. And you and you. And then how much LP does this take again? 10,000. So I'll have to fill up my my thing there. How are we doing here? Well enough I can take it over there to fill up. Let's chop that off. And grab you. Thank you, Ring of Magnetization. Makes grabbing things so much easier. And with our divination sigil, we currently have 6,000 in there. So $10,000 LP. Grab our lava crystal, throw it in there, let it do its thing. Okay, we have our activation crystal. In our soul network, which I need to... What do I do with my orb? Okay, let me go grab my orb. We need 5,000 LP to activate the ritual. And we also will need a diamond sword, because that's what we're after with this thing. Do I have any sticks? There we go. So, diamond sword. I think we're all ready to go to activate this thing. 5,000 LP, just a little over. Awesome. So we'll come over here and give that thing a whack with our... What? I know what I did. Anything in blood magic, you need to make sure you right click to bind it to yourself. Now, there we go. Alright, ritual is active. Now we take a diamond sword, throw it there. Ow! There we go. We have our Bound sword. Bound blade. Caution may cause a bad day. Now, I do need to have some... I need to have some stuff in my soul network to use this. As usual with anything in Blood Magic, right click to bind it to yourself, and then we can shift right click to activate it. And when we activate it, we use LP from our soul network, which I wasn't using it right then, but we will later on. Next up, get weak blood orbs, or blood shards. Okay, I think that's enough for right now. We're just going to come over here to my little Cursed Earth mob farm and see who all we can kill. I think I got one already. I did! Awesome. That was all I needed, actually. So let's close that up before we have a creeper ruin our day. Now we need to make large blood bricks. Large bloodstone bricks. And it's just weak blood shard, and that gives us 32 of those things. So I will only need one of you. Combine these two guys, and we will get 32. Awesome. Alright, and the last thing to do is we place these guys right here. Break. Place. Break. Place. And break. Place. And voila! We have a tier 4 altar. Now, the reason I did that, let me fill this up with LP real quick. Okay, now the reason we did that, if we come down here and we grab, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if I take one of these ender pearls and I place him in here, give me an empty hand. Actually, give me that back on my bar. In a tier 4 altar, that's going to turn into a teleposer. Now, I need a couple of these. Actually, it turns into a teleposition focus, and then teleposers need one of those each. So on top of this one, I will need 2 more. Okay, so 2 more, and then we're going to leave this one in there and let him stew to get a tier 2 teleposition focus, which will move a 3x3 area. Ooh, he's going to take 10,000 to do. How much is in there? Yep, there we go. And with anything, actually the ones that are craftable don't matter. And as usual, I'm done with blood magic for a little while. I'm just going to put this stuff up. We need to make a space over here for our node rooms. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and awesome. Then I just have to fill this baby in. If you haven't seen me do this before, what I'm doing is setting up a room to build some nodes, and we'll just get those guys. We'll change them into something else later. You and bam. And then I have one right there, one right there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Means I counted right, which doesn't happen often. And then I think right here is my center. Yes. 2 and teleposer, and let's get that locked in. Awesome. Now I'm gonna need a lever. So we just need to grab a stick and give me you and you, and we have a lever. Now this may not work, but we'll go ahead and try it, and then I'll probably have to make a chunk loader. One of these nodes was a really big bright node. Yeah, right there it is, Aqua and Ordo. So I turn you off, you keep you on for right now. Turn you off. That one. Turn all those guys off so we can find this guy. And over here, right over there is where I have to go. So I'll see you when I get there. And here we go. Any second now. Drop through the clouds, and boom. Don't do this at home, kids. Okay, so put you there. You need to go in there, and this is probably not going to work. Oh, it did. Awesome. Give me you. And just break this up and get you out of my face. And I'll look in a second to see what node I need to bring over to start feeding this guy. Okay, we got him in. So let me do some real quick explaining to tell you why I set this up like this. And I actually got this from Velothus, and I wish he was here to explain it a little bit better than I can. But so our node is 110. That's the total number of aspects we have in this guy right now. We want to grow him, and to grow him, what we're going to do is set up other nodes around each other, and they can zap anything that's within 5 blocks. And if we were to set this up, yeah, so you can see there the way this counts blocks is that they can zap anything within 5 blocks from themselves. So you got 1, 2, and 3. So it's 3 blocks away there. But what I'm doing is I'm setting these up so that these nodes that I'm going to set up in each corner won't be feeding off of each other. This one will just be feeding off of each individual node. So you'll have one right here, one right here, one right here, and then we'll do the same thing up top. So we'll have 8 nodes in total feeding this thing basically. Now, for this thing to feed off of one, it has to have more total aspects. I have an Air Aqua Ordo node that is 97 over, that's 300 blocks away. So let's go grab that one, and we'll start to see how this is going to work. Again, to do this, I just need to right click and then find my node and head off over this way. Okay, here we are. We've made it. So what I'm going to do is just like I did earlier, I'm going to set this up underneath it, put the teleposition focus in it, and bang. Collect it and get the waypoint out of my face. So now when we get back over here, we will see that these will start, that this guy right here will start zapping him. And the first thing he'll probably grab is air, since that's the one that he doesn't have on here. So we have one now with aqua, ordo, and air on it. We need to get Terra, Ignis, Perdicio, Terra, Ignis, Perdicio. And what's the last one I'm missing there? Because we've already got air, so that would be it. So I'm going to grab a couple more nodes, and I do believe that this one down here, yes, awesome. It has Ignis on it, but not much. So I may grab my thermometer and go find some more nodes, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Here's one with air, Terra, and Perdicio. So let's use this one. We'll just do this just like before. Awesome. Alright guys, we're a couple days later and our node is growing. We're doing alright. It's lagging behind in Ignis, but I have done quite a bit of exploration and looking for nodes, and I've found a couple Ignis nodes that are significant in size, and as soon as one of these other nodes dies out, we will replace it with a pure Ignis node, and then I think behind that is air. We'll put a good air node over here. And then Terra and Perdicio we'll check out. But this is a decent Ordo Perdicio node. Same thing here. So we may not, that may catch up. We'll see. Now I did notice that like I was editing video while I was doing this, and or after I was doing this, and in between the last one. I'm doing my outro here before a couple days after recording this, and I'm never happy with the way I explain how this works. So if you're familiar with thaumcraft, then you know the basics of this. If not, here is your explanation. When you put two nodes together, the larger of the two nodes will start zapping these aspects away from the smaller node, and it will be added. It has a small chance to add it to itself. Now, the closer you have these nodes, the faster, or the more frequent these little zaps happen. So, what ends up happening? Well, okay. Also, you know, if you put them right next to each other, it's going to happen a lot. The further away, up to, you know, within 5 blocks, and the node actually has to be within 5 blocks. So the closer you are, the faster. The further away, the less frequent those zaps are going to happen. So what we've got here is we've got these that are basically 3 blocks away, because it doesn't count the distance like Minecraft. This actually counts as 3 blocks instead of 5, which actually that's not true. The way Minecraft would count this is you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9 blocks. That's the way Minecraft counts distance. It's kind of weird to think about, but it also it makes sense in a weird way. But thaumcraft counts these blocks as 3 blocks because it counts like a spherical distance. So these have 5 blocks in between them, so they can't zap each other. And we've also distanced this just far enough so that this node has the time to regenerate that aspect point that it lost, because each time it zaps, it'll take 1 aspect point, have a small chance of adding that aspect point to itself, and also there's a small chance every time it gets zapped that it's going to lose that aspect point permanently. If it didn't lose that aspect point permanently, it's going to regenerate it. And so that's what we've got going on here. We have the maximum number of nodes that I can put at this distance right now. If I put anything else here, if I put one up here, it would be feeding off of these nodes. That's not what I want. I want this node to be the only one that can feed off of these other nodes. So now all we have is time. That's just all there is to it. It's just going to take time, and there's not a lot I can do to really boost this. You can do this with any node as long as it's large enough. As long as it's larger than the nodes you want it feeding off of, you'll be fine. I'm using a bright node here, and the reason for that is that, and I'm not 100% sure that this is the way it works, but I'm fairly confident that the way it works is that these have a higher tick rate, and also when you go to energize it, you get there's just some math involved, and using a bright node gives you a higher coefficient of converting the number of aspects into your centiV that you'll get from an energized node, which I'll do video when I actually do that and try to explain that a little bit as we go through. As you can see, I've done a lot of work around here, just decorating, trying to move the base along into an actual base instead of just a platform on the sea. But I don't think I've done much else. I have upgraded our storage just a little bit, but we're going to get started on AE pretty soon. I'll do a basic system so that we can have it, so we can just feed stuff into that and find it really easily. I accidentally ate that berry. I'm just kind of manually harvesting these right now. But that is going to do it. That is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I appreciate the comments and everything on the last video. I like to see it. So until next time, guys. Oh, I don't even know. I'm terrible at these at these outros. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next episode.